Okay, so when I look at this picture in particular, posture looks good, but let's look at the first movement and see what happens. So right here, as we're going into leg lift, that was not an independent movement. Look how many movements occurred during that movement that are key. Foot, elbow, pelvis, and then the leg, right? So when he lifted his leg, all four of those areas moved, right? So in order to get a good hip hinge, many things move. Now, watch what happens at the foot. All the weight goes to the pinky toe side. That is no bueno. That is going to shut off the posterior kinetic chain in many different areas. Next biggest fault for me is the abduction and internal rotation of the shoulder while we're lifting our leg. Right now, that has fired the upper trap. This abduction is going to cause a shoulder impingement so that when we take the ball out of the glove, we are going to be in a really bad spot. But if we just took a still picture of here, with the untrained eye, someone's not going to see the foot. And many people believe that this arm abducted away from the body is good. It's not, because it's going to lead to what I call alphabet soup. A W, an M, or whatever. So I like the hinge here, but because of that foot, I can tell you that we lost glute and hamstring to a degree, which is also going to cost us velocity. So from here, I would teach the first movement down and then home, but we're going to see the drift, which is taught. Okay, so we're going to drift and get really, really spread out. So when that front foot strike hits, there's no way that we can accurately turn our core being spread that wide. Now, the good thing is the arm did pop up, but right here, because we are so stretched out, right, we're at very much a mechanical disadvantage because of the kinesiological principle called length-tension relationship, meaning that muscles have a proper length to be strong, and everything longer than that decreases the ability to stay strong. So from here, neurologically, the belt buckle should move first. And it does, but because we're so stretched out, it then causes the arm, and the other thing that has to happen is the back leg and the arm should be married, right? Because when they're in this position, the body wants to walk forward. But another teach, which again makes no sense to me, to drag the back leg, which we see here, which then causes arm drag and a loss of power. Like, ask Mike Tyson if he's going to throw a right hook without stepping forward with his back leg. He'll tell you you're crazy. Of course he's going to. So now we get into our danger zone, right? Now, tremendous amount of external rotation. Too much arm lag. Now, you need to gain arm lag with pec extension, which we have, thoracic extension, and then scapular depression, which we don't have because we were in this position, right? The dreaded inverted W or M, elevated upper traps. So we're never going to pull that shoulder blade down during the cocking phase, and we're going to use the jam on the shoulder and elbow to be able to get the layback, okay? And that's what's going to cause injury eventually to this arm. And then, because we're so stretched out, we have the Justin Verlander jam our leg into extension, because that's the only way the body's going to be able to generate the ability to rotate, okay, is to jam that leg in. It's almost like you're asking for a second load of core velocity, because we're turning here. That's not enough to get the arm through because we're lagging the leg behind us and the arm. So we have to jam that leg straight to force the pelvis to rotate even more. So go back and look at Justin Verlander. As soon as he started jamming that knee straight, which was a teach from what I was told in my last podcast, you need to watch that, he blew out his elbow. So there are many ways to fix this. First and foremost, we have to correct the scapulohumeral rhythm, and we have to have the ability to learn how to squat. Now, I'm sure, being in college, this gentleman squats all kinds of weights, but there's no way he does it correctly with that foot wobbling all over the place. For more information, please visit velocityrx.org. Help me save 1 million arms. This arm will be saved by cleaning up basic movement, okay? Pitching is a very complicated series of movements, and if the movement in the beginning is wrong, there's no way the pitching windup could ever be correct.